Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream today. There is a Brazil Archbishop who is resisting Pope Francis. And before I get started, I want to say that my internet, um, I've been having some problems with my internet in my live streams. And I really like doing the live streams, but if the internet's not going to work very well, please let me know in the comments if it's skipping or if there's any problems with like the video or anything. And I may have to switch back to pre-recorded videos, which isn't a problem. I can do that too, but um, you know, it's just one of those things where if I can't get the right quality, then I'm gonna have to do something different. Anyway, uh, this this Archbishop, his name is Archbishop Fernando Guimarães, 75 years old, and he is in the Military Order of Ordinary of Brazil. Uh, he will ordain a priest for the Institute of the Good Shepherd on February 19th in Brasilia, Brazil. This is great. We have a bishop who is resistance. Now, I don't I've said before, I don't know that there are any bishops in the United States who will resist. Bishop Guimarães will use the Pontifical of 1962, of which Francis and his liturgy congregation believe that it is forbidden. The Institute announced the ordination of Tiago de Oliveira Pinho with joy. So the Institute of the Good Shepherd, they're going to be standing up. It, I think they have one branch in the United States, so they're not going to have much of a presence, or well, they don't have much of a presence in the United States. I wish they did, because they're resisting. But the thing with they are an ecclesia Dei organization, and because of that, they don't have a bishop, so they need other bishops. And it looks like this bishop, he's in the military ordinary of Brazil. He's 75, so he'll be forcibly retired soon, which will give him plenty of time to travel around the world and ordain priests. So these Ecclesia Dei organizations do not necessarily need a bishop. I mean, it would be really convenient for them to have a bishop, but there are other bishops around the world who will help them out, including this archbishop. Now, this isn't the first time he's stood up for the Catholic faith. In February 2021, the archbishop told Brazil's bishops' conference he will not use material from that year's ecumenical Lenten campaign because it contains gender ideology concepts. So, I mean, it sounds like Brazil's bishops are pretty rotten. He said, the evangelization of the faithful at any time, but especially in a special time such as Catholic Lent, is not a place for dialogue on themes that are polemical and contrary to the authentic doctrine of our church. Interreligious dialogue is necessary and opportune when respecting various expressions of faith that is carried out in the competent sees. So Archbishop Guimarães, he stood up for the Catholic faith multiple times. Now, I am going to go to Catholic hierarchy and talk about his, I guess, the priesthood. So he's 75 years old. In January of 1965, he joined the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, otherwise known as the Redemptorists, and this is the order of St. Alphonsus Liguori. As you know, with most religious orders, they have been very watered down. And a famous Redemptorist, Cardinal Nighty Night Tobin. So not all Redemptorists are that great, but it shows the variation you have in the religious orders. He was ordained a priest in August of 1971 at age 25 years old. He had joined the Redemptorists at age 18. He was appointed bishop, or he was ordained bishop of Guarães, Pernambuco, uh, Pernambuco, Brazil, in March of 2008. So that would be under Benedict. And then he was appointed Archbishop of the Brazil military in August of 2014 under Francis. And so, you know, I know most of us are down on Francis bishops, but some of them. Now he wasn't. He's a Benedict bishop, but he was moved around under Francis, and so hope comes from what is it? Lord of the Rings. Hope comes from the unlikeliest of places. I think that's a quote from Lord of the Rings. Cardinal Mueller is a Francis cardinal, so I mean it can happen. It doesn't happen often, but it can. And all right, let me get to the comments. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream. I was just in Brazil. The church down there is really bad. I was shocked at what I saw. Thanks for joining the live stream, everyone. Hey, Catholic Northmen. Good to see you. We're getting some crazy weather here. And we're getting some Catholic faith, too. How can we know when you are live? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think if you do you get notifications whenever I go live? I think it's supposed to do that. Maybe if you click the bell or something like that, if you're subscribed to the channel. I'm not sure. People say how it works, but I don't really follow this YouTube stuff. I just kind of look at other people's YouTube channels. But and like I said, if the live stream consistently is poor, then I'm gonna have to do pre-recorded videos. So you need to make sure the bell is set to the ring setting. Okay, I get notified late. I don't really know. I try to preview my videos like at least half an hour to an hour in advance. I don't know, Freedom Fighter. I'm not really sure what happens. Like I said, this YouTube thing's gonna go away someday. Stream is good. Thank you, Catholic Northman. Okay, I don't really have a whole lot on this. I can take a look at Redemptorists. But with any religious orders, like the Franciscans, what happened to them? I mean, they used to be awesome. But some, it's not the case anymore. I just clicked on the bell. There you go. So, I don't really know. So the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer is a religious congregation of the Catholic Church. I'm doing some Wikipedia research, guys. Dedicated to missionary work, founded by St. Alphonsus Liguori at Scala near Italy. The purpose of laboring the neglected people around Naples, neglected country people around Naples. So they're in 100 countries. The Redemptorists are dedicated to Our Lady of Perpetual Help and were appointed by Pope Pius IX in 1865 as both custodians and missionaries of the icon of that title. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of good stuff in their history, like the Jesuits. And yay, Brazil, stepping into the battlefield, a leader. Yeah, so I think we need to highlight these bishops. And the funny thing is, like, if these bishops retire, then they have nothing else to do except go around and ordain priests. And what's that going to do? Are they going to get... See, the thing is, the Vatican can make a statement and, like, suspend... I don't know. Could they suspend them? I don't know. They could try to excommunicate. But it's... And, I think that a lot of bishops would become intimidated, Like, in the United States, how many bishops would actually do that? I think Strickland's... We're getting him to that point. It's going to take him a while. I think Strickland could do that. He could get to that point where he says this is corrupt, because let's face it, he's already rejected the jab nonsense from the Vatican. And so at that point, you're at odds with Pope Francis, because Pope Francis, he said everything but the jab is a moral obligation. And people have, I don't know if I want to say they twisted his words to make it seem like he said that, or if he actually said that. I don't know, because I'm not 100% sure, but people have said that's what he said. The jab is a moral obligation. And I thought it was a joke at first, but if he did say that, then you have, like, there's a number of us who are at odds with that, including Bishop Strickland. And if you're at odds with that, then what else? Like, you can't be a member of the virus church. And if Bishop Strickland is at odds with the jab, virus worship coming from the Vatican, then I think he'd be more inclined to step up and promote the Catholic faith. I don't know. I think he's pretty much our only hope in the United States of a bishop ordaining priests in the old rite. That's just my thoughts on it. Let's see. The Redemptorists. Yeah, so in North America, there are 5 provinces, Baltimore, or for the Redemptorists, Baltimore, Denver, Edmonton, and Toronto. Yorkton for the Ukrainian Greek Catholics. So there's Ukrainian Greek Redemptorists. This is interesting. And Mexico, and then 1 vice province. Interesting. There are a lot in Latin America, so that kind of shows. And then there's some in Africa. And I'm just gonna throw it out there. Do you think African, say, Franciscans are the same as Franciscans in the United States? They say they're a little different. Problem is, the African bishops and the African cardinals that we're getting from Pope Francis, some of them are eager to promote this eco-theology. I think Cardinal Turkson was one of them. What's his name? Cardinal, uh, the one cardinal who's very young from Africa, who's on the C9. I forget his name. But I think he's more than eager to promote the modernist agenda of the Vatican. Let me see here. And Bonsungo, Cardinal Ayumo. Let's see here. Council of Cardinal Advisors is C9. Cardinal Fridolin Ambongo Basungu. He's from the Congo, I believe. So, and I think he has an outside chance of becoming the next pope. That's my thought. Now, what I'm seeing also is that Cardinal Parolin, I saw, there's people on his side in the Vatican, apparently. Now, he was involved with that financial fraud, but so I thought that took him out of the running of becoming the next pope, but maybe not. Maybe Parolin will be the next pope. I don't know. Now, if we see more resistance, I'm not 100% on the Institute of Christ the King in Chicago either. I had a video recently where I said, did they resist? I don't know, because did they get an exception from Supich? Did they get an exception to say the old Mass? They have it scheduled on Sunday, and that seems like resistance to me, but if they got the exception, then it's not. And Cardinal Supich is just playing favorites, not favorites, but he's kind of picking and choosing what he wants. And I don't see how he would let them do that. I don't see how he would give them the exception, because, I mean, he wants modernism. Like, he's promoting modernism, and the Institute of Christ the King, a lot of people that want the Latin Mass are just going to go there on first Sundays, and it'll be a big thing, and they'll get a lot of people that don't regularly attend. And I don't think Cardinal Supich wants that. I don't think he wants people attending Mass, whether it be the Novus Ordo or the Latin Mass. I think it's safe to say that, right? I mean, Cardinal Supich is awful. So, all right, so who's on the C9? I have this up right now. Cardinal Mary Diaga, he's got some problems. I think he's got some legal problems going on. Giuseppe Bertello. He's from Italy. I don't think I've ever heard of him. Oswald Gracias, Cardinal of Bombay, India. I've heard of him. He had some abuse problems in his diocese. Cardinal Marx, Germany. Cardinal O'Malley. He kind of fell out of favor with Pope Francis, but he's still on the C9. But I think he's approaching 80 and then he'll be forcibly retired. And Cardinal Parolin. So most of these guys, now Cardinal O'Malley, I don't think has any legal issues, but the rest of them seem to. Is that why Francis picked them? Because they have shady, like fraudulent backgrounds or abuse cover-ups, or I don't know. I don't know, but it's really interesting. It really is. Anyway, this bishop, Archbishop Archbishop Guimarães of Brazil. More to come from him, hopefully. We'll see what happens with him. All right, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.